G'day folks, it's Mish here. I'm back at my old Sportsground for a little bit of a dig today. I've got the Deus II metal detector and my brand new Tyger Blade digger, so without any further ado, let's grab the gear and let's go hunting. Well, hello there folks, I hope you're doing all right. I'm just getting set up. Still getting used to just how flipping small this detector is. I still feel like I'm forgetting something every time I pack it in the car. I've got a new toy to play with, however. So the lovely folks at Tyger Stainless Steel sent me this beautiful one-of-a-kind Tyger Blade. It's not one-of-a-kind due to the design. If you're in Australia, you can get one of these fairly easily. But what makes it unique is they've actually put my channel initials on there. So that is just an absolutely awesome surprise. I had no idea this was going to happen. So thank you very much, Tyger. So this will be the maiden voyage for the new blade. I have been using Tyger tools for 2 years now. I've been a customer that whole time, buying all sorts of different diggers. All right, less talking, more digging. Catch you at the first target. Oh, there is one more thing I should add though, guys. If you live in Australia, you've actually got the chance to win one of these for your very own. So do stay tuned. I'll give you some more details during the hunt. Possibly Canslaw, possibly a coin. It is a nice clean 86.87. So best case scenario, $2. Worst case scenario, Canslaw. Let's see what we get. Depth checks out. Now don't get me wrong, I really enjoy my Tyger Cub, so that's the digging tool you've seen me use for the past 2 years. And there's advantages and disadvantages to both. So the Tyger Cub can't dig as deep a hole, it's not as long a tool, but it's kind of, it's wider and it's got a little V groove in it, so it does mean that if you scoop out a bunch of loose soil, you can actually kind of leave it sitting on top of that tool when you put it aside. This one you can't really stack as much on it, but as I say, it's more of a precision tool. Deeper, narrower holes. Yeah, that's a big lump of junk. And yeah, I think I'll be able to dig just cleaner plugs in general using something like this, because there's a bit less resistance when you're putting a narrow tool in the ground as opposed to a wider one. See, you're not even going to know that I've left that. Awesome. Let's move on. Well, this signal was almost identical to my first one, except it was more of a solid 87. Didn't really get the 86 blipping around there. I think it's up in here, because it's not in the plug anymore. So hopefully we've got our first coin of the day. Oh, I think we do. Can you see that? I certainly can. Pop that in there. Oops, and pop the coin in there. $2. Nice. I tried to do this in one take without a cut, guys, and I found the coin and I lost it again. All right, moment of truth. There she is. That is another $2. So I've dug 3 targets today so far, and I'm already at coffee money. The separation on this thing is absolutely incredible, but as I say, that was also an 86-87, so you know, numbers are indicative, and a ton of you told me trust the audio on the machine more so, but they all sounded nice and clean, so sometimes you've just got to dig it. Let's see what's next. Well, if there's one thing I'm getting really good at spotting with this thing, it's 5-cent pieces. 51, occasionally a hint of 52, but otherwise basically 51 all day long. I can pretty much guarantee that's a 5-cent. Slightly out of pinpoint range. Let's have a better look at where that was. What did I say about there? Oh, of course I get it first time when I sit down again. There we go. 5-cent piece, as suspected. Pack that up. Yes, so definitely worth checking around tree roots. Might be a little bit more effort to dig, but the rewards can really pay off. And they're usually worth more than 5 cents too. 87 all day long. I like it. Let's check it out. Now I will start this by saying that this is a ground I've done several times, and I'm at the quieter end of this ground. Not many people sit here these days. I would have liked to have thought that I'd pulled probably the vast majority of the deeper coins out, and this one was probably 3 to 4 inch down, and another $2. I didn't really expect to find much by way of goldies in this particular spot. There are other sections of the Sportsground that might be a bit more productive, but I tell you what, if I keep pulling goldies out of here, I might not need to get there. Sweet. Okay folks, at the start of the video you might recall I mentioned that my Aussie viewers have the chance to win one of these Tyger Blades exactly like what I'm using today. So it's going to be pretty easy, guys, to be in the running. You have to be a resident of Australia. Sorry, I don't know how we go posting these internationally, unfortunately. I want you to drop me a comment in the comments section below and tell me where you would take one of these Tyger Diggers. So this is the Tyger Blade. I do invite you to check out the range of Tyger Stainless Steel products. I will have links in the description below. But yes, if you want to be in the draw, drop me a comment. Where would you take this, guys? Alright, let's get back to the digging action. The irony about today so far, and I haven't been here long, is that I've found a couple of 5-cent pieces and 3 $2 coins now, so I'm already $6 on the board. I've barely moved from where I started. I haven't had a single signal that's aligned with a 20-cent piece, a 50-cent piece, or even a 10-cent piece at this point, though I did accidentally have them notched out when I got here. However, I'll be damned if I'm not potentially on another goldie. And given that there's hints of 86, sounds like I'm talking about a wine, I would not be surprised if that's another $2. Alright, let's find out. Ooh, definitely checks out on this one, guys. General rule of thumb, if I can hit it with a pinpointer without breaking the soil surface, there's a much higher chance it's going to be a coin, or a modern coin anyway. Certainly the pre-decimal coins I've gotten out of here are a bit deeper than that. I haven't found too many in this location either, but you just never know. You can see just how hard it is to cut through these roots, by the way. It is very much a doormat. We're nearly there. How handy is this blade to just get in the pokey spots under the roots? There we go. What did I tell you, guys? I don't like to brag, but I'm feeling pretty confident with identifying $2 coins today. $8 already, 2 coffees. I can't believe that. I think that's the most I've ever gotten out of this particular location. Anything else today will be a bonus. Let's see if we can find something different. Oh good, I was starting to think that my Deus II might be broken and that it was only detecting $2 coins and 5-cent pieces. Nope, got ourselves a 20-cent piece to add to the collection. Excellent, it's in good working order then. Shall we try an iffy signal, guys? I'm ready to try an iffy signal. I've got a somewhat faint 89 through to 91. I don't know, it kind of sounds clean. Could just be deep cancel. But I'm going to do a little bit of excavation and see what comes up. Well, we got there, folks. Relatively deep hole despite being a very tiny plug. So we'll say probably about 5-inch deep. You can see that I'm starting to wear the blade in now. I love that little patina that it develops. We found ourselves a 1-cent piece. That's okay if it's picking up little targets that far down. I'm happy with that. I don't really want to dig much deeper in a park where it's an absolute nightmare to cut through the grass. So sounds good to me. Let's move on. got my mystery item of the day, guys. So this also rang in at an 86, 87. That just seems to be the lucky numbers of the day. Not a coin. Something kind of intricate and cool. It almost, at first look, it looked like some sort of vice, but I don't think so. I have no idea how broken or intact this thing is, but it is a fascinating little contraption. It's got some sort of lever here. Sorry, just turning you out the wind. Some sort of lever, and I don't know, this bit kind of turns. Again, not sure that it's complete. It looks a bit broken. Yep. I'm at a complete loss for this one, folks. Please let me know what I've found. But it certainly looks on the older end of things. Well, I covered the hole and there was still a signal, so if I get this original piece out, this is the new piece I found. So it looks like it broke off there. Ooh, I think that's a match. Alright, does this give you a better idea of what I've found? Might have another scan again, because there might be even more bits. The plot thickens. It's always a worry when you're walking along, and then a target literally stares back at you. Just a surface find. That, I'm pretty sure I actually know what this is. I think this is out of Minecraft. Yeah, we're going to roll with that. Some sort of Minecraft critter. I'll put some info up here if you're interested. That's kind of cool. Well, I'm a bit sick of showing you the before digs at the moment, because again, they're coming out all the same signal. 86, 87. Another $2. You might notice that this particular patch is rather well manicured. And it turns out I've actually timed it beautifully, because while I was doing another section of the Sportsground, someone's gone and mown the lawn for me. So it is beautifully flat and open in this patch. I'm going to go slow over here, because when the grass is that much shorter, it means you can get that much deeper for the targets. Fantastic. Now here's a funny one for you. 63, 64 signal. I thought, it sounds clean, it sounds coin like maybe a 10-cent piece. You know what? It's a coin, and it's not a 10-cent piece, and it's not something I'd expect at those numbers. But when you take one look at it, you'll see why it worked out the way it did. That used to be a 50-cent piece. It's about 2/3 of it now. I reckon that one's been hit half a dozen times or more. So she's absolutely toast. I have never seen one in such poor condition. Oh well, we'll take it. Let's move on. Nearly done, guys. Come across a mid-90s signal. Feels like it's got a bit of depth to it. It kind of sounds promising. Let's have a look. This plug's not as bad as it looks, I promise. This is sand. And I've definitely tested the limits of narrow plug digging. Pretty deep. It's just an old cap of some sort. Explains the banging signal it gave though. Right shape, right size, wrong target. Well folks, I don't know if you can tell by my face at the moment, but it's getting a little bit hot and sweaty out here, so I think it's time to call it. If I get home now, I'll be home in time for lunch, and that's a good thing in my books. I've gotten plenty of coins today, so that was a really pleasant surprise. This is not an area I normally go to top up the money box, but that's the way it turned out today. You just never know what'll happen on a day out metal detecting. I hope you enjoyed this adventure. If you want any more information about Tyger Stainless Steel and the diggers that they produce, I'll pop some links in the description below. Please don't forget to hit like if you enjoyed this video, and in the meantime guys, take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you on my next adventure. Cheers! There it is. Okay, I found it and I lost it. Let's start. But again, you never know what'll happen on a day out. If you